Let's get right into it. Welcome back to The Explainer. Tonight, we're setting the stage for an absolute heavyweight clash in Kansas City. It's the World Cup quarterfinals, folks. Argentina versus Switzerland. Let's dive right in. So, here is the massive question. Can a team that's never trailed once, I mean, literally not for a single minute, finally end Argentina's title defense tonight? Switzerland has done exactly that all tournament long. But on the flip side, Argentina have survived 2 near disasters already, all powered by one man scoring in 6 straight games. Tonight in Kansas City, one of these streaks has to break. Here's the full breakdown. We are looking at a classic immovable object versus unstoppable force scenario here. You've got total clinical defensive control from the Swiss going right up against an Argentina side that has lived on the absolute edge but just keeps finding a way to push through. Part 1. Argentina's bumpy road. Is the defending champion actually in trouble? Well, let's look at the tape. Argentina needed extra time just to scrape past Cape Verde 3-2. For a defending champion, that was a massive wake-up call, kind of signaling their defense might be a little more fragile than we all originally thought. And then, the Egypt game. Man, they trailed 2-0 with just 23 minutes left. They were practically packing their bags. But then, absolute chaos. Cristiano Romero, Lionel Messi, and Enzo Fernandez scored 3 goals in 13 crazy minutes to snatch a 3-2 win. Just a breathtaking, wild comeback. And speaking of Messi, he now has 8 goals in just 5 matches. That is the most of anyone left in the entire tournament. And what's even crazier, he has scored in 6 straight games. The guy is just on another planet right now. Moving on to part 2, Switzerland's quiet dominance. So how has Switzerland gotten this far without anyone really noticing? Let's trace their steps. They efficiently topped their group, comfortably handled Algeria 2-0, and then they did the unthinkable, holding a high-flying Colombia completely scoreless for 120 minutes before winning it on penalties. Ice in their veins. But here is the most staggering stat of the tournament. 0. They haven't lost or even trailed at any point in this entire World Cup cycle. And yeah, that includes all their qualifiers. That level of defensive perfection is honestly almost unheard of in modern football. Because of that absolute lockdown defense, this is already Switzerland's deepest run in a World Cup since 1954. We're witnessing history right here. Part 3. The key tactical battle. So what actually decides a game like this, where the styles clash so hard? Well, Argentina are going to want Alexis McAllister and Rodrigo de Paul controlling the middle of the pitch. Their job, feed Messi the space he needs to create that magic. But Switzerland, led by Granit Xhaka and Remo Freuler, aren't going to make it easy. They'll sit in a highly disciplined, super compact block to just completely choke out that space. But don't get it twisted, Switzerland won't just sit back and defend the whole time. They are going to try to hit Argentina on the counterattack. They'll be looking to use the speed and dynamism of Briel Embolo, Dan Ndoye, and Ruben Vargas to exploit the massive spaces Argentina tends to leave behind. Oh, and whatever you do, do not sleep on the goalkeepers in this matchup. Emiliano Martinez has arguably been Argentina's absolute rock, their most consistent performer. On the other side, Gregor Kobel literally produced the massive penalty saves that got Switzerland to this exact moment. Part 4, the history. Does history even matter in a game like this? Well, let's look at the numbers. Switzerland has actually never beaten Argentina, not once in their 7 historical meetings. Plus, Argentina has won the last 2 World Cup encounters between these sides, most recently back in 2014. So, on paper, it heavily favors the defending champions. Which brings us to part 5, the final prediction. So, who actually wins this thing? If you look at the betting markets right now, they strongly favor Argentina. They're giving the defending champions close to a 70% chance to advance. Clearly, the markets are trusting Messi's magic and Argentina's pedigree way more than Switzerland's flawless defensive record. But you've got to remember something absolutely crucial. Argentina has conceded in both knockout games so far. There are undeniable vulnerabilities in this Argentina squad, and Switzerland absolutely has the attackers to punish those mistakes if given the chance. So here is my call. I think Argentina wins it, but it is not going to be comfortable. Switzerland's incredible streak of never trailing, yeah, that's going to break today. But they're going to make Argentina sweat for every single minute of it. I'm saying 2-1, with Messi inevitably finding his way onto the score sheet yet again to keep his own streak alive. So, what's your prediction?
Does Messi's magic continue, or does Switzerland make history and shock the world? Drop your exact score prediction down in the comments right now. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I will see you right back here for our next explainer.